So you want to hire a consultant to come in and improve your business, right? Fix your business. You're a CEO, you're a business owner, you're a member of a leadership team, you got a major problem, major project, things aren't going well, whatever. You want to hire a consultant to come in and fix it all. Well, most consultants tell you how to fix it. They don't actually stick around to fix it. Now, some firms do both, but the majority of consultants just give you the blueprint. They don't actually stick around and help you execute the tactical work. They'll give you the strategy, right? But anyway, here's the point of this episode. By the way, before starting Riderflex, for those of you that don't know, I ran a couple of $40 million companies as a CEO and president, dealt with and hired, worked with a lot of consultants. And once I started Riderflex, I was actually a consultant, right? And we have consultants that work with us here at Riderflex. So I'm very familiar with how all of it works. Here's my advice and the reason for the episode. If you really want a consultant to come into the building and tell you exactly what they're thinking, no holds barred, right? No filter. If you really want a consultant to come in and just give it to you straight, pay them like 6 months up front or whatever the contract is for. If the contract's for 3 months, pay them all 3 months up front. If the contract is 6 months, pay them all 6 months up front. Now, at first you're going to think, oh, well, that's a pitch for you, Steve. If we hire you as a consultant to, get us to pay you up front. No, not really. First of all, at Riderflex, we're primarily a recruiting firm. We don't do a whole lot of consulting these days. So this is not a pitch just to get paid up front for Riderflex. I'm telling you from experience that if you want them to shoot you straight, it's better if you pay them up front. That way, if you fire them because they pissed you off, they're still paid. And they'll be a lot more likely to tell you from day one what they're thinking. See, here's the deal, right? Like it's not rocket science that consultants get paid the longer they're in the building. Do consultants purposely stretch out work a little bit? Yes. I don't care what they tell you, right? I know these, you'll talk to a consultant firm and they're like, oh, yeah, we'd never do that. We just try to get in, get out, that's bullshit. Okay. The longer they're in the building, the longer they get paid. Most consultants are actually given incentives to carry the client for as long as they can. It's for real. It's for real. It happens. Consultants make a living the longer they're in the building, right? So they're going to try and find reasons to stay. They're going to stretch the work out sometimes. It's true. I know there's going to be consultants listening to this and they're going to say, oh my God, Steve, that's not true. Consultants don't do that. Yeah, they do. yeah, they do. So they're going to, here's an example. Let's say you call Johnny Consultant and you say, hey, Johnny, look, we're going to engage you to fix this problem. Probably it's going to last 6 months. We don't know for sure. We're going to pay you month to month. Okay. Now, Johnny gets in the building. He gets started, right? Now, Johnny knows already, like, well, this is probably a 6-month engagement, but they're only paying me month to month. So if I piss them off, they're just going to tell me to take a hike. I could be out of here in 30 days, right? And most owners and most founders specifically, they're super sensitive about their business and their company, especially family-owned businesses that have done it a certain way for like 40 years, 30 years, or 2 generations. Super sensitive. If you're a consultant and you walk into a family-owned business and you start telling them, Hey man, yeah, I noticed your office walls are painted purple. Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. That's dumb, or whatever. I'm just trying to make up examples. You start telling a family-owned business that what they're doing is not right and they need to change, you're going to ruffle some feathers. I promise you. And you're going to hurt some feelings. I don't care how softly you deliver it. You're going to piss somebody off. So consultants are aware of this, of course. So they're careful, especially Johnny, right? Because Johnny's getting paid month to month. So he knows that if he makes the grandfather of the business mad, he could be out. So he's careful. He kind of treads lightly. You know, he's telling them that maybe purple's not the best color for office walls, but he's super careful about how he delivers that message. He doesn't move fast enough. He doesn't shoot straight enough, and he beats around the bush, and he's careful. If Johnny's paid 6 months up front, he's going to come in and say, hey man, those purple walls, you need to change that tomorrow. Paint them green, paint them white. That sucks. He's going to shoot him straight. He's not even going to mess around. And really, as a business owner, as a CEO, I mean, that is what you want, right? You do want the consultant to tell you exactly what they're thinking. You want unfiltered advice. You want them to shoot you straight. You don't want them to beat around the bush. It's like, you know, if I'm an owner of a company, well, I am an owner of a company. If I'm paying a consultant to come into Riderflex, like, man, just tell me, bro, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Like, just give it to me. The reality too is most owners and CEOs and things, like, deep down, they kind of already know what's wrong. They're just waiting for somebody to confirm it. They're waiting for somebody to just tell them, like, yes, what you're thinking is correct. The purple walls suck. So they kind of know most of the time, or somebody in the building knows. The employees definitely know. Isn't it so funny? You hire consultants, right? They come in and they deliver this great report to the CEO. And they're like, here's all the things that are wrong. The CEO's like, wow, look at this great information. Meanwhile, 5 of the associates right down the hallway could have given the CEO the same information. The CEO just would open his ears and open his eyes to talk to the associates. The consultant comes in and they're like, oh my God, this consultant's so great. And then the associates are like, okay, well, yeah, well, I told him that like 2 years ago. Anyway, I I'm getting off track here. Point of the episode is this. If you're thinking about hiring a consultant, I recommend you pay them up front. Pay them all of it up front, right? Then you're going to get the real deal. They're gonna tell you from day one everything that they think, and they're not going to hold back because they got nothing to lose, right? They're gonna get paid through the whole assignment. They get the money up front. I've seen it a million times. In fact, I think it's one of the biggest things wrong in business today. Everybody's always protecting the payday, right? They're protecting their paycheck because they got to make their mortgage, they got to make their car payments, or everybody, you know, walks around, you know, on glass, like, oh, I got to be super careful. I can't make my boss mad today. I can't really say what I'm thinking because if I get fired, how am I going to make my mortgage? I mean, it just goes on and on. I see it in business all the time. If people would just shoot each other straight, boy, we'd get stuff done a lot faster, wouldn't we? Whew, man, just imagine how much faster stuff would move if people could say exactly what was on their mind without being worried that they're going to get fired and then they can't make their mortgage. Whew, we'd get a lot more done, wouldn't we? Be a lot more successful, I think. Anyway, pay your consultants up front if you want real good advice. You'll get things fixed. You get things fixed a lot faster. And in fact, you probably end up saving yourself money because if you thought it was going to be a 6-month engagement, trust me, Johnny's going to do everything he can to drag it out past that. So pay him 6 months up front, get it taken care of. And there is your Riderflex tip of the day.